morning everyone and welcome to Shirkhan's pre-market update. First and foremost, around the global markets. Yesterday the Dow and Nasdaq closed on a weaker note. They were negative to the tune of around 0.28%. Dow was down by around 44 points and Nasdaq was down by around 7 points yesterday, as the tensions as far as the Ukraine is concerned still persist, and there might be further sanctions in Russia already by the US, and that is one of the concerns which has been an overhang on the markets globally. Also, the European markets closed on a negative note. Also, ahead of the earnings season in the US, the investors are having a wait and watch situations at this point of time before taking any kind of a new buying that would emerge in the global markets. However, the Asian markets are trading on a positive note. The Indonesian market, especially the rupiah, has gained by around 0.2% ahead of the outcome of the poll results of the elections in Indonesia, and also the other Asian markets are on a positive note, trading at this point of time. Back home yesterday, as far as the flows are concerned, we have seen the FIs were positive to the tune of around 161 odd crores in the cash provisional market, and the BIs were negative to the tune of around 181 odd crores. The result season is on, and we have many results which have come out with the results, and also companies which are going to come out with the results going ahead, that we will have a watch in the post presentation going ahead. Let's have a look at the derivative analysis for further cues on the markets.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday Nifty started the session with a gap up opening above the mark of 7,700. Though it was trading in a narrow range of approximately 30 to 40 points, but broadly it was a positive trade for the Indian equity indices. And extended their northward journey for the fifth trading session, Nifty finally snapped at with a marginal gain of 0.22%. In this period, we have seen that long positions were built up by market players, as around 2.49 lakh shares were added in open interest, approximately 5,000 contracts were added, and Nifty futures price increased by approximately 60 to 70 rupees. On the other hand, cost of carry decreased by 52% from 2% to 0.95%, along with Nifty futures being decreased from 5.45 to 2 points. On the options front, we have seen that PCR remained at same 0.87, but we have seen that put option has added good number of shares than call option. In yesterday's trade, put option has added around 8 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added around 2 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX also decreased by 100 to 200 basis points from 15.10 to 14.90 odd levels. In the options matrix, we have seen that 7,700 has seen reduction in open interest, whereas we have seen that writing was happening in 7,800 call option. And in put option, we have seen that 7,600 stands with highest number of shares in open interest, followed by 7,700. Good buying was observed in 7,600 put option, followed by 7,700 put option. There are 5 securities in bank period today. One is Dish TV, second is GMR Infra, third is IB Real Estate, fourth is IRB, and fifth is Unitech. Yesterday, FIs were net buyers of 294 crore in DEX futures. They were net sellers of 386 crores in DEX options. They were net buyers of 410 crore in stock futures, and they were net sellers of 45 crore in stock options. Our 5-day CPM stands at 7640. Lower range for the market would be 7600 and higher range would be 7814, which is our monthly straddle break-even point on higher side, 7814. Singapore Nifty is up by 26 points, which is at 7707, so we may see a gap up opening in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Some of the actionable ideas for today. First and foremost, a positive update on Idea Cellular, which has reported a 57% jump in the PAT at 728 crores in the quarter ended June, which has beaten the analyst estimates, and so we recommend to go long on Idea with a stop loss of 137. You can target 144 and 147. DLF, for the positive news is that it is selling a 30-acre land parcel in Hyderabad, Raidurg area, to the local builder My Home Group for rupees 550 crores to further reduce the debt of the company. So we recommend to go long on DLF with a stop loss of 411 for target of 222 and 225. Exide Industries again have come out with some very good numbers. Strong growth in the top line, its margin expansion, and reduce the record profits in the Q1 2015, which has beaten the overall estimates. The Exide Q1 FY 2015 revenues were up by an impressive 17.5% year-on-year and 18.6% quarter-on-quarter growth to rupees 1,912 crores, and the net profits rose at 16.7% to rupees 185 crores. So we recommend to go long on Exide. The stop loss of 154 and target of 163 and 166. On the watch list for today, the stock with positive bias is Bata, HDFC Limited, Reliance, and stock with negative bias is Bajaj Auto for today. Results to watch out for in today's markets is Asian Paints. The estimated Q1 PAT is 3.29 billion rupees. Axis Bank, the first quarter estimate PAT is 16.8 billion rupees. This TV, the estimate is 118 million rupees. Hexaware Technologies, the second quarter estimate is 868 million rupees of PAT, and ING Vysya Bank, the estimate is 1.83 billion rupees for the first quarter, and the Thermex, the estimate is 601 million rupees of PAT. On the news updates, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has released much awaited guidelines on the sharing of the radio frequencies in all bands among the depth, LAN and cell phone service providers to optimally use the limited airways. The mobile operators are now allowed to share the network infrastructure like the cell phone towers, which has helped them to reduce the cost and not wait for the airwaves. So the two companies could share spectrum if they held in it a common band in a service area, and if the radio frequencies were bought in auction or at the market price. So this is a very positive update for the telecom companies, and we might see some positive movement in the stock prices today. On the other news update, Financial Technologies India plans to sell its entire stake of 24.89% stake in the power trading platform Indian Energy Exchange, and has appointed Axis Bank to look for a buyer. Based on the recent deal in IEX stake, Aditya Birla Private Equity has purchased 8% of IEX from IDFC Private Equity Fund for Rs 136 crores, and the shares that the Financial Technologies wants to sell could fetch around 423 odd crores. On the other news update, the Malaysian telecom company Axiata, PE fund Carlyle, and Providence and tower company American Tower have been shortlisted as the potential stake buyers in the Tata Teleservices and SREI Infra Control Vion Networks, which could lead to a change in the ownership of telecom power tower company. Vion is the country's largest independent tower company. On the other news update, the Appellate Tribunal for Electricity has allowed Tata Power and Adani Power to charge higher rates from the state utilities since March this year on account of a rise in the cost of the imported fuel. So, however, it has disallowed the company's plea to collect the arrears from March this year. According to an estimate, dues for Tata Power's 4,000 megawatts Mundra plant in Gujarat before the last March are rupees 330 crores, and Adani's 1,980 megawatts Mundra plant has arrears of rupees 830 crores. That's it, friends, from the morning pre-market action. Thanks and have a nice day.